This tutorial is for lesson 13, and lesson 13 is all about using the array command. This video is going to be all about polar array, which means we are going to be making copies of things and arraying them around, or making copies around a circle. That's what polar means, is around a circle. And then in the next video I'll show you rectangular array, which we're going to take objects and put them in make copies and put them in a rectangular fashion. So this is 13a. As you can see, I already have the circles in the correct location and the polygon drawn. I just used the polygon command and made it 3 sides, and made sure it snapped to there and made it the appropriate size. So you can go ahead and follow the directions for that, and it's fairly easy to at least get to this stage. Once you get here, all you do is click on the array button, or in this case it's called pattern, and you have 2 options. One is linear, which is rectangular array, and we'll get to that in a minute, and the other one is circular, and that's the one we're going to focus on right now. So the first thing you want to do is select the entities, so click this box, and I'm going to go ahead and just highlight, just make sure I just highlight that triangle. Go ahead and hit enter, and now it knows what it is that I want to array. And then I need to come here, and what I know is, in looking at the book, that I need to do 12 of these, and I need them to go 360 degrees. So I know the fill angle, and I know the number that I want, and my fill angle is going to be 360 degrees, meaning it's going to go all the way around the circle. And again, if I wanted only to go halfway around the circle, I might type in something like 180, but we want to go all the way around, so I'll do 360, and I know that I want a total of 12 of them. So I need to make sure I put that in my box. And then other than that, I need to click on this button right here, which is the axis point. And the axis point is what you want it to rotate around. So this is the midpoint that I want it to rotate around. And then we have this over here, which this selects the center point of the object that we are trying to rotate. So we're going to go ahead and just leave this one as it is, and if there's a problem, we can come back and make changes to this. Then this last box down here, what this does is it will rotate it as it's being copied around the circle. So we do want it to rotate. If you look at 13a, you can see that those are being rotated. So we do want to do that. And I always use the preview button. So I'm going to go ahead and hit preview, and it would look something like that, which is exactly what it looks like in the book. So I just go ahead and right click, and that will make it good to go. And 13a, at least the first part, is done. So I'm going to go ahead and do the second one now. I'm going to click on array again, circular. I still want to do 360 and 12 of them, although I'm doing this triangle now. So I'll go ahead and hit enter. This time, the axis point, I do have to change that because it's still on this one over here. So my new axis point is going to be this guy right here. Go ahead and click. And this time we are going to not rotate it. So I'm going to uncheck this box and hit preview, and it would look something like that. And as you can see, that's not correct. And so one of the problems that we have is the base point on which it is selected. So I'm going to go ahead and hit escape, and it brings me back in. And I'm going to uncheck this box and then click right here and go choose this as the base point, this tip of the triangle right here as the base point, and see if that fixes my problem. And as you can see, that looks exactly like it does in the book. So again, all I had to do was uncheck this box, click right here, and then choose the upper corner, or the upper point of the triangle, and that fixed my problem. I'm going to choose that again, preview it. That's what I want it to look like. Go ahead and right click, and we are good to go for the third one. Go ahead and click on pattern again. This time I'm going to select the entity, same entity but different one. I still want to do 360 degrees, still want to do 12 of them. However, this time the axis point is over here on this circle. And it looks like this one, it tells us that it wants the center point to be something different. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and uncheck this, click on this box, and it tells us that it wants the center point to be right there. So I click that, and I do not want it to rotate around, so I uncheck that box. Go ahead and hit preview, and that is exactly what it looks like in the book as well. Go ahead and right click to accept the pattern, and that is what lesson 13a should look like. I'll see you again in 13b for rectangular pattern.